Welcome back to Two Daddies Judging Baddies,
Judging baddies
where we read internet stories, then we judge people
with the power of the sun.
with the power of the sun. I think the first story that we are going to read is why we will never be like the big dogs.
Because we'll read these stories.
Yes, because we will read these stories. Like, it's got 9 upvotes, and it's just on copy pasta. But, you know, how could you not read a story that says, I started jerking off to the basement monster to cure my fear of the dark, and now I can't watch horror movies without getting turned on?
Two daddies, judging baddies.
Exactly what the title says. Ever since I, 24 male, was a kid, I've been afraid of the dark. I always imagined a big, hairy, spidery monster chasing me down, ripping me apart violently. I think Wild Mike from Barnyard, but with significantly longer limbs, blue eyes, and black hair instead of brown.
Is this another Ogtha story?
Maybe, yeah. Good old Ogtha. I think Ogtha inspired probably the best thumbnail I ever did. In my late teens, I figured out that I'm attracted to men. In my early 20s, I figured out that I'm a homosexual. What? I think that's, I guess, like, he was like, oh, I'm attracted to men. Maybe he thought 2, or, you know what I'm saying? And then when he got in his 20s, he was like, it's just dudes, no JJs, only dicks. They are the superior genital shape.
Well, they're very symmetrical.
Yeah, they're very symmetrical. Growing up, we always had a basement regardless of which house we lived in. I was a military brat, so we moved a lot, and I'd imagine that thing chasing me up the stairs. At some point, while looking through online pornography, I stumbled upon something similar to Wild Mike and therefore similar to the basement monster I always imagined, and it got me wondering. At some point, I don't remember exactly when, but I know it was before I graduated high school in 2019. For some godforsaken reason, I started imagining it fucking chasing me down and fucking me instead of killing me. Obviously, this was far less frightening than it killing me, so I kept thinking about it as I ran up the stairs. It worked really well. Within a couple of weeks, I'd stop running up the stairs altogether and stop my bad habit of slamming the door behind me. I thought it was hilarious, but I'm so far gone to not know it's shameful, so I never told anyone about it. I think to myself as I went up the stairs like, oh no, that'd be terrible. Or stop, step monster.
Say that in the right voice.
Oh no, that'd be terrible. Or stop, step monster. What are you doing? Stuff that make me laugh to help prevent myself from being frightened of it. Problem with doing all that though is it cemented itself in my mind. Over the last few years, fear has become a big part of my preferences. So in addition to occasionally having a wank to the thought of fucking this thing, I also can't watch horror movies or listen to horror podcasts without getting at least a little aroused, which isn't a terrible problem to have, but it takes me out of that scared headspace and I'd like to be in when I consume that type of media. If anyone's had a similar experience to any advice to calm these emotions while I consume horror media, it would be greatly appreciated. Imagine you are listening to a horror podcast with a friend or watching a horror movie and they just look over and you got a boner.
Well, I mean, as long as your unit's small enough, nobody would even be able to tell.
What are you doing, step monster? That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
Step monster.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when you had the hot teacher when you were in, you know, middle school, early high school, and they'd be like, please stand up and write on the board. And I'd stand up. People were like, you got a Tootsie Roll on you, man? Like, what do you got?
I want one.
Yeah, I want one. Pull them out.
You got to bring enough for the whole class.
You got to bring enough for the whole class. Oh, God, now I'm jacking off to it. Everybody wants my Tootsie Roll.
My Tootsie Roll brings all the boys to the yard.
So I do want to update people on the cheese wheel story, and I'm not going to read it because it's a little bit of a nothing burger. But the story about the cheese wheel where the guy bought this big old thing of cheese and he was going to sell it by grams and
gave up his girlfriend for the cheese.
She's like, what are you doing? He spent like, what, $15,000 on the cheese?
I think it was close to 20, yeah.
So there was an update on it that Morgan from Two Hot Takes, which is why they are very successful and we're not.
The goats.
Yeah, she's putting in work to like get updates from people. But she had sent him a message and he said that
she was trying to buy the cheese.
Yeah, she was trying to buy cheese from him, but the cheese had spoilt. It had spoilt and he had to get rid of it. So,
well, didn't the Canadian government get involved too and shut him down?
There was a whole bunch of stuff, and so the cheese investment turned out to be a bad idea. He did sell a little bit of the cheese, so that was good. But that's why they're there, and we're just like, down here.
Well, we're still in the growing phase. We're not showers. We're growers.
We're growing young boys. Now what we have to do is, and I've seen other podcasts do it, especially on the YouTube, is getting the stories together, which YouTube has that like clip feature, and then like throwing a thumbnail on it so people can get the miniature stories, and then we can like, from there get them to watch the whole episode.
2 hours of chaos. All right, so this one was submitted literally. This is an hour-old story. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she is being a shitty mom?
Listeners of the Two Daddies Judging Baddies podcast.
Judging Baddies.
This next story has a trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
If you are triggered by such things as abuse.
Stop
hitting me. Then get off the podcast now or you will be triggered.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm so fucking angry.
I think this one's legit, though, from glancing over it.
We apologize.
We apologize for making a joke out of the trigger warning because it is actually triggered. 36 female, told my sister, 39 female, yesterday that she is being a shitty mother and shouldn't have had kids. A little backstory. My sister's ex-husband and father to her 4 girls was grooming his daughters and touching them inappropriately.
Fuck.
Yeah. My then 16-year-old niece reported him to the school's SRO, and once police arrested him, they moved from their hometown to live with me and my husband. My sister and her 4 girls have been living with us for about a year now, and my sister has dated numerous men during this time period. She claims she needs a man. Honey, you don't need a man. You don't.
You need to be a strong, independent woman that don't need no man.
Yeah, and take care of your kids.
Reba McEntire was a single mom who worked 2 jobs, who loved her kids and never stopped.
Yeah.
So be like
that.
Reba.
Be that. The girls don't trust men she brings around. Understandably, given, like you're talking about, you've been separated from your husband. They have been through a bunch of shit, and within the year, you're bringing new dudes around.
Multiple.
Don't do that.
She's in there getting a train ran on her.
You know how expensive it is to book a hotel? The girls don't trust men that she brings around, understandably, given their history, and have told their mother multiple times to keep them out of her relationships. She has been seeing the same guy for some time now, whom the girls don't like. And despite hearing it from all of her girls, my mother, myself, and my husband, she is planning on moving her and her girls in with him. Now the daughter that reported her own father has decided to get emancipated because she does not want to move in with another man. I blew up on her yesterday, and I told her that she should have never had kids if she was going to be this selfish, and she is being a shitty mom by not putting her girls first. We haven't spoken since. Am I the asshole here?
Not the
Absolutely
asshole.
not.
Somebody needs to go by and just like pop your sister in the head. It's one of them quick little.
Or you just take all those girls in.
It's like the dad who had like the karate instructor kidnapped his son and abused him. And then he comes back to the States. They get the kid back. They come back to the States. And they're walking through the airport right after the guy's first court appearance. And the dad's just at the phone. But just father of the year shit right there. Like you could be that auntie. Just bam. That's it. The only shitty part is they'll be like, well, that was their mother, not the guy that hurt them, even though the mom is subjecting them to that abuse. I feel like if you were an accomplice, we've talked about pyres many a times, guys. I feel like that if you are an accomplice, if you have aided and abetted somebody in harming a child,
you go too.
Yeah, we got a little pyre waiting for you. How about that? We got a little pyre waiting for you. Going to be grit day. We're going to cover you in hot grits. Well, I forget the hot grits part. We need to really harp on that because that's the beautiful part of grit day is everybody's getting grits, even the pedophiles. The pedophiles get grits too, but they don't get like...
They don't get to eat them.
They don't get to eat them, and they get a lot more of them, too, and it's just on their body because grits stick to you. It's like tar, but you can't sell tar out on it. It just wouldn't be good. People can't walk around with a bowl of tar.
Well, and then you also have the chemical smells and stuff around. And maybe like barbecue sauce, like a really thick, and so then it just sticks to them, and then while they are on the pyre burning, it like smells good.
We could do turkey legs with that, though, too. Like you can have, it's like the dipping sauce for the turkey legs. But I just like grits. Grits are just good. Salt and pepper and some grit. What?
They're the most flavorless thing ever.
You got to put salt and pepper in them, buddy.
You have to flavor them to make. It's like Lexington barbecue. You're talking about Lexington barbecue, the corn version.
I like It's one of those acquired tastes where I did not have a choice in acquiring them because breakfast every day in jail was grits.
Yeah.
So it was like my fat ass eats grits or nothing at all. So finally I found out how to make grits taste good. And then I was just like, I like grits now.
Yeah, you like the mash that you then add flavor to.
So what's crazy about this is when I made the running the train joke, it reminded me of a Facebook post that I was looking at a couple days ago. And it was about this lady had posted online. She was like, she's like, some men will want to eat that thing. And then you'll be like, nah, I ain't showered yet. And they'll be like, they're more excited about that. And all these women are talking about it in the comments. It's like, yeah, like a guy will be like, you'll be like, oh, I got to go take a shower. And they'll be like, nah, let me have it now. And you'll be like, boy, oh, everything's all cute and shit like that. And then one lady posted, she was like, yeah, man, my husband is the same type of way. Let's just say he prefers to be the second train or the second car in a train. And I was like, nope, that's two different things.
That's two different things.
That's two different things. Like the wife who's had an active day that's like seasoning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'd still prefer fresh showered, but
Yeah. The second car in a train would be like if a man came and spit on the food before you ate it. So wildly different things.
yeah. So there is a controversial comment that says, "Yes, you were an arsehole, arsehole, in how you told her, but not what you told her. How can you help these children now your sister isn't talking to you or listening to you? You need to find common ground so you can protect your sister's children from your sister and her need for men and sex. Your sister is a bigger asshole, by the way." Yeah, no, you handled it perfectly. Like, I mean, that was...
Yeah, I mean, there is the, now her sister's not going to talk to her, so she's not going to know how the kids are doing. There's no way to protect them. But reacting like the way she did does not make you an asshole at all, because people don't know how to react like that. They're not like, oh, man, like I have to try to play both sides of the fence so I know that the kids are okay, If you react with emotion, you reacted with emotion. There's no control in your body of, your sister was with a man who was a pedophile, and now she's getting with all these other men and wanting to move the kids in with them, and they're fucking terrified. If you then react with emotion, it doesn't make you an asshole. You're just reacting with emotion.
Well, yeah, and I mean, the big thing is if the 16-year-old doesn't want to go and then the other girls don't want to go, y'all need to figure out how to make it so that they don't have to go. Like,
Right.
it's not a safe scenario with the issues that they've battled. Like, you should find that way for them to exit.
We got a Am I the Jerk?
You hate these ones.
Yeah, because I just feel like am I the jerk? Was I a jerkerino in this situation? Was I a bit of a ne'er-do-well?
It's the Ned Flanders, am I the asshole?
Background, I'm gonna read all Am I the Jerks like this. Background, we got married young. We both decided we don't want kids until he started having an affair with some girl online and got her pregnant. We got a divorce. This was 2.5 years ago. I started working out, and I am happier and feel more confident. I got a better job, too. Yay for getting rid of my lousy ex. Hooray! I got rid of him expeditiously. Now, I, female 34, decided to give dating another chance. I talked to a few guys online, but neither of them were my type.
Oh, literally two.
There's two of them. Yeah.
A few guys, two.
I like guy who is independent. I read that word if I wasn't changing it. Not for Am I the Jerk. I'll change it for Am I the Assholes. If they do a typo, but Am I the Jerk? Not looking for a mommy and likes to spend time with me and enjoys being with me. I met Matt, 42 male, about 2 months ago. We talked over text a lot. Then finally met for coffee, and we both liked each other a lot. We made out and stuff, but that's about it. We met a few times and did activities, and we made out more. This Saturday, he invited me for a sleepover. Yes, I was very nervous because the last time I had sex was with my ex-husband. He cooked me a nice dinner, and we were cuddling on the couch. Then we started to make out. He started playing with me, and I guess he wanted to talk dirty because he said, I can't wait to fill your mouth and watch you swallow. Why just, given the context, why put it in Am I the Jerk? Because you had to type that out too. She felt dirty typing that out. I told him that, well, I hate to disappoint you, but I don't like cum in my mouth and I never swallow.
I really don't care what happens with it after it's in there. Like, what? Why do people care?
What you do with it? I'm already not horny anymore. I don't care what you do with it. Like,
Spit it out, swallow it, fucking stick it on the wall. I don't care.
you can spit it out your hand, throw it back at me, but Spider-Man. Like, who fucking cares? Like, who's just like, there went all my horniness, not swallow it.
Hey, you've already accomplished the goal.
Right, yeah.
It's done. Game over.
Oh, God.
You're watching the credits at this point. What do you care?
I told him that, well, I hate to be a party pooper, but I don't like cum in my mouth, and I never swallow. He was taken aback and decided to make a joke and said, you know what? You know what they call women who don't like to swallow, right? They call them an Uber. You send them home. Bye, girl. Why do you explain the joke? Don't explain the joke right after you said the joke. I felt insulted. I got up and said I was leaving. He said he was kidding, and he's totally fine with me not swallowing. And we can use oral as foreplay, not completion. I said I didn't feel like it. I no longer felt like sucking on his pecker. On Sunday, he texted me again, apologizing for the bad joke, and that's how I was doing. I'm so out of the loop. Is that normal? Would I be stupid if I ended this whole thing over a joke?
Like, dude, you
ain't
do
got no
you,
skin in
homie.
the game. Like, there's no. You could just be like, I don't like his nose. Is it okay if? Yes, yeah. You don't. You fucking been talking for a couple weeks. You could be like, man, his nose shape really bothers me, and I'm leaving. Okay, yeah, that's what the meeting period and getting to know somebody period is all about. Maybe you can get over the weird looking nose. Maybe you can't get over the weird looking nose. You know what I'd call? I'd call him an Uber. They'd have to get out of here, bye, girl. You see, because I'd call them an Uber. I wouldn't actually call them, and that's what he did right after he told the joke. I think if he'd have just ended it right there and was like, "What up, bunch?" Like that would have, she'd be like, "Ha, funny joke." But then he explained it, so then I guess she did feel some type of way when.
I think it's just weird that they were dirty talking while they're like making out. Like, not just do the thing.
Right,
What are
yeah.
you talking about it for?
You ready for me to inject my splooge in your mouth and you swallow every droplet of it, girl?
This guy probably listens to those monster porn
Right, yeah.
audiobooks. He's like, I'm gonna
Oh,
sheath
no,
my
step monster. Don't chase me down the stairs looking at my delectable butt cheeks.
sheath your cock inside of me.
Oh, no, step monster. My shorts have gotten caught on a nail, and now my delicious rear end, my delicious hiney is out in the open.
My two hams. Oh, the things that people put on Reddit.
I like to think that he did that, and he was like, oh, God, I'm gay.
All right. I've never seen this warning on one before. This is an Am I the Asshole? And there is a warning for under 18, ages 13 to 17. Hopefully there's nothing inappropriate with the...
This person's underage.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my dad's pregnant girlfriend that he already has 3 kids I have nothing to do with, and her baby will be no different?
Bro's a deadbeat brother.
Yeah. Fuck you. I, 17 male, grew up with my mom. I only ever see my dad one day a month, and that has not changed after all this time. My mom and I tried to end that visitation, but the judge said since dad never skipped a day, it made sense to continue until my 18th birthday, which is in October. My dad has dated a few women over the years, and he has 3 other kids out there. My mom was offered the chance for me to know them, or my mom has offered the chance for me to know them, but I wasn't interested, so mom said no thanks for me, and that was it. Those kids are raised by different guys their moms are married to, so dad pays no child support or anything for them, and he owes mom a ton of money too, but she won't tell me the exact amount until I'm 18. So you really have a deadbeat dad. Why do you have to go visit him if he's
Right.
not gonna...
And he's just like making babies, and he's like, well, she'll get with another man, and they'll raise that baby and
properly? And
properly, yes.
I am not fit to be a father. All right, so my dad has a new girlfriend now, and she's pregnant. She only knew about me, and every time I was at his house, she could not understand my lack of interest in her pregnancy and her baby. Bitch, I see you once a month, maybe.
Right, yeah.
You
yeah.
weren't there the last month, so it's been 2 months since I seen your ass.
Right, I've only seen you 4 times in 4 months. I don't give a fuck.
She invited me baby shopping with her a few times, and this is a 17-year-old male. Like, there's nothing about a 17-year-old boy that wants to go baby clothes shopping and
Fuck
shit.
yeah, I'd love to.
She invited me baby shopping with her a few times, and she asked if I wanted to go see a special scan of the baby, and it genuinely shocked her that I didn't accept the offer for any of it.
The only thing is, if you're being a cunt about it, because it seems like she's genuinely being nice. I mean, she should know that.
You see her once a month, though.
Yeah, but if the guy you're dating has 3 other kids and they're all raised by different men with the wife, you have to be like,
Am I fucking up?
yeah, you ain't raising this baby, are you? You ain't going to be in this baby's life, are you? He's like, yes, I will. 1 day a month. 1 day a month, I will be there.
No child support.
No child support. Yes.
So a funny thing about like that scan though, me and my wife talk about it a lot, is like there's people out here getting like 8K and 10K scans of their baby that make it look like you can actually see the baby. And what's your opinion on those?
It looks like a fucking horrifying monster.
Well, and the thing is when we'd go in for just like a regular old ultrasound for my daughter, she would be calm, cool, and collected. And as soon as they start fucking microwaving her little ass,
Yeah.
she's just like, fuck this.
Get it off me! Get it off me, please!
And so that's with like just a little tiny scanner. What are they doing with these fucking 8K, 10K
The little baby's
photo scans?
Look, it's kicking.
It's getting hot.
Fuck, it's burning my flesh. And then the only thing you get in that is just like,
I'm a demon monster.
fucking look at. It's like, that's horrifying. Look, you can see his face. What does she have? Is she having Lucifer? Like, what is that? It's just your baby.
Well, yeah, and they the one that my wife was talking about, they were like comparing it to like their sibling and everything, and it's like you should not, like, are you gonna cancel the baby because it's not cute enough?
We went to a
Why are you
3-month
getting-
appointment, and I was wildly like, I did not know the ultrasound when they showed this baby, it would be baby shaped. But they do the ultrasound on her, and they're at like the bottom of the belly, and I see the baby, and it's just like kicking. It's just like bones and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck? That's a whole, like, it looked like she was just in there like dancing, like WB Frog. I was like, that's crazy. But yeah, now
You're
I think about it, she's
microwaving her.
like kicking. I'm like, fuck,
Stop it.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, that's so good though. Yeah, fucking just nuking that baby right there. And then a week later, it's like, your baby died. It's like, oh my God, what happened? Probably your diet. Probably your diet, not the fact that we held this radiation wand on her body. So y'all could be like, oh my God, look, you can kind of, like, there's your spleen right there.
Yeah, like I get it to like make sure everything's okay with the baby. You kind of know, and you're preparing for what's going on. Like all that stuff makes sense. But any extended period, like I knew of a couple where they had bought one of those like off of Amazon so they could check it all the time. It's like, stop fucking microwaving your goddamn baby.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
you're shooting waves at it. That
It's just like,
and I'm sure there's probably going to be somebody in the comments like, "Oh, it's super safe to do this." No, I hear you, but I know when my daughter, she would be
it's
sleeping.
super safe to do it as the doctor gets behind in a fucking lead bunker and it's like, fucking do it now.
But she would be like completely chill, and then as soon as they started doing that, they're like, "Oh, she's moving, yeah," because she doesn't like fucking get microwaved.
Yeah. It's like me holding a fucking magnifying glass. There we go.
Yeah.
I almost said micro glass, but a magnifying glass on somebody. And they're like, look, he's dancing now. He's dancing. You can see it through the fucking magnifying glass. He's dancing.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, love it.
All right, so last week she asked me why I'm not gearing up to be a big brother, and she said she assumed I would have been happy to have a sibling after all this time. I told her, this isn't the first kid my dad has with someone else, and I have nothing to do with those kids, and it won't be any different with her baby. Snarked.
Snart.
I told her, I consider myself an only child. I mean, you are, basically. I told her I consider myself an only child, and that is not changing because he knocks up women at random. She got very upset and wanted to believe I was lying, but I convinced her. Then she asked why I care so little because I could have lifelong relationships with them. She said it was so sad, and she started to cry, and she said she wanted so much better for her baby. Well, you shouldn't have got knocked up by my dad.
Right.
I told her she picked the wrong guy to have that with.
Right.
She locked herself in the room the rest of the time I was there, and before I went home, my dad tried to get me to apologize, but I said no. His girlfriend texted my mom a few days ago, and she said she wanted an apology and to hear I would actually try to be a good brother to her child. My mom ignored the text, but I know the next time I go over,
If they're still together.
if they're still together, I'll be dealing with it again. Am I the asshole?
If they're still together, not the asshole.
How do you not know that like your man has a bunch of children just out there running around?
And the fact that you're like, well, that's going to be different with me.
That is a problem that people have when they get into relationships. They're like, well, they've changed now at this. No, they haven't. Probably not. Most likely not.
My thing is like, look, it's with the trauma shit. Like if someone was like, you know, I'm this fucked up because of what I went through as a kid. Okay. And they're like 23 years old. I'm like, yeah, it sucks. Life's hard. If they're 35, I'm like, dog. At some point, you got to get over it because you're just ruining your life.
Or just accept that you're fucked up and don't quit giving the excuse that you're fucked up because of that. Like
Right.
you've accepted to be fucked up at this point.
I follow all the mugshot profiles and shit like that, and people getting arrested. And this guy got arrested for a methamphetamine charge, and they were like, he just made a mistake. He's 38 years old. It's not a mistake anymore. That's him. That's him.
He likes meth.
It will be him forever. I mean, at that point, too, like, if someone's like, yeah, and I finally stopped my meth addiction at age 60, and it's like, you just kept doing it, because what do you got now? Nothing. You got nothing. You have nothing but the meth, and you gave that up.
Now what are you?
Yeah, the only consistent thing you had in life was meth, and you're like, ooh, I quit it now that I'm fucking 60, and all my kids are grown, and...
Well, see, and that's what you can say about your biological dad is that he committed all the way to the end.
All the way, yeah. There was no...
What'd you say, 72 dying of a
heroin overdose, yeah. Like a champ. That was the only thing he did. He gave up all his kids. And it was crazy because, you know, my half-brothers would be like, you know, they had him for, I want to say, a couple years because he was just like, yeah, I could go live off of them guys. And then he died from the heroin overdose. And they were like, well, we had our father for this. You didn't have him when you was a kid. You didn't have him during the times you needed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the time I even knew who he was, I'm, you know, late 20s. It's after 25. So it's just like, dog, all the stuff that I needed to learn, I learned. All the stuff I needed to do, I've done. You missed everything. That's it.
Do you want to come do heroin at my house, Dad?
Yeah, right. As long as you bring the heroin, I'm not supplying it. Am I the asshole? My maid of honor is my sister's former bully.
What?
How's that your best friend? Grammatically edited by Crystal with the blue hair. Thank you, Crystal. Look at that. Not only giving us the submission, but also just like
Fixing it so we can read it.
Mike's going to have a tough time with this. I'm going to go ahead and help him out. It's been 17 years since she was bullied by this person. Sarah sent another apology in college, but Ma didn't want to meet up with her, which is her right. For everyone assuming I was bullied also growing up, but I went to therapy and I moved on. It doesn't bother me anymore. That person is in my sister's friend group. I don't care if she is friends with him because it happened years ago. This is a throwaway account. This is kind of confusing. I wonder if that was a Crystal comment. Like, this is kind of confusing. When my sister, Mai, was in middle school, she was bullied by this girl. I will call her Sarah. Sarah was a huge dick. She was spreading rumors and making fun of her. She left the school when she was in 7th grade, so when she was 12 years old. Unfortunately, Mai continued to get bullied all throughout high school. In high school, Mai got an apology from Sarah. My sister blocked her and moved on. I remember this. My relationship with Mai isn't the best.
With her sister.
I thought, oh, yeah. So Mai is because I was like, if she's your bridesmaid, then what?
I hate that name too.
Yeah, Mai.
I would much prefer it to be the A and the I switch, so it's Mia.
I can say Mia.
But no, it's in your head, Mai. So that works.
We had our safety guy at one of the box shops I worked at. He was transgender, and everybody had to call her. I could say him because it turned out to be this thing where like he was trying to rip off this transgender organization or something like that.
Oh, and then transitioned back.
Got charged with it. I guess they transitioned back. Well, I think when I saw the mugshot, well, they were a dick anyways, and
I like that you're just so like you've got it locked in like you don't even have to then say.
Well, I'm from the
her.
South, buddy, and that's what I don't get from people from the South because they're like pronouns are so hard. I say they and y'all. That's it. Like, I'm not like that guy over there. I'm like,
He, him,
yeah. I'm like,
her, she.
they got something going on over there. No, my business. But I am really good about that. I'm so good. But they would do shit like flash their ass at people at work. And I'm like, that's you just don't get a free pass because you're transgender. I'm sorry.
Yes,
like,
you
it
do.
doesn't happen. It
Yes,
just,
you do.
it's like the Family Guy clip of, oh, I'm sorry. You can do anything you want. No. We had a friend that did that, and then they were just like, you know what? I'm going to sexually harass everybody. And I was like, it's not that you're transgender. It's
So
the
you're
reason I
sexual
don't wanna hang
harassing.
it. Yeah. Is that you say things and, it's like, oh, what? You can't, you don't like it when I say I want to lick around your hairy nipples? Yes, I don't like that. You're correct.
Well, and when you were not transitioned, you were super offended by that. So let's.
I remember me and Dylan would be out there making like, be like, we could fuck right now. He'd be like, guys, that's kind of gay. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. And we were like, oh. Me and Dylan called it too, bro. We were ahead of that train. Well, when they took me to the side, I was like, yeah, when y'all are talking about
All the
like
gay stuff,
yeah, the
yeah.
gay stuff, I don't really jive with that. And I'm like, ugh, any day now.
You do jive with that. You just don't want to admit that you really jive with that.
Right. All right. I tried growing up to help her. What? I tried a lot growing up to help her. Okay, there we go. But it resulted in me getting yelled at by my parents if something happened and I wasn't there. And it was bad enough that my parents wanted her to go to my college so I could watch after her. Luckily, she didn't get in. This girl just does not like her sister. Basically, I was a scapegoat for anything bad that happened to her. In college, I met Sarah. She was in the same dorm building as me, and we hit it off. I didn't know who she was at the beginning, but we connected the dots 2 years into knowing each other. I have a common last name. I told my sister about her, and she told me she doesn't want to be around her. Fair. Sarah has been my support for years. She has helped me when I've been at my worst, and overall, I see her as family. You know who I don't see as family? That
sister.
bitch mine. My relationship with my own family is strained because it seems like they never have time for my issues. It always goes to Mia issues. Because it's so hard to say it always goes to my issues. Yeah, that's a fucked. Yeah, I see why you said that name was fucked. Sarah's my maid of honor, and I'm planning my wedding. This is a problem. Mia learned from a post about Sarah being my maid of honor and was pissed. She called it a betrayal that her 6th grade bully is being in my wedding, that she isn't a bridesmaid. We got into an argument. I told her I'm not kicking her out of my wedding, but she can either come or not. My parents are on my ass about it. Also, the bullying happened 17 years ago. A couple controversial comments. Look.
Thanks, Crystal.
God. Foxy Ocelot says, it sounds like your family's life has revolved around everyone looking after Mia for a long time, and it's easy to see why you resent her in that circumstance. Only you could tell us if it's fair because only you can tell us if that's fair because of Mia's behavior, or if you're taking out your resentment of your parents on her. Nevertheless, you should have thought this one through, sat her down well before announcing Sarah as your maid of honor, and asked for a clear-the-air meeting between them in which Sarah gives a full and unconditional apology. You're the asshole for not doing any of that.
The fuck out of my house.
I don't think you would be the asshole necessarily for being friends with Sarah or having her as your maid of honor, but it's past time for you all to sort this out as adults. You and Mia need to have a frank talk about your relationship that doesn't devolve into blaming each other for what Sarah or your parents did. Philip J. Fry 3000 says, you're the asshole for not choosing your maid of honor because it's your wedding and you can do what you please. But you at least could have told her yourself. Instead, she had to find out that way. Then you basically tell her that you don't care if she's at your wedding or not. The best comments is from LP Wood, L Plywood. There we go. The bully sent an apology text. So brave. What an asshole. Your sister learned the bully was maid of honor from a social post and not you directly. So brave. You're an asshole. There's still time to fix this. The question is, are you a chicken shit asshole? But you say, I told her I'm not kicking her out of my wedding, but she can either come or not. So I guess that answers that question. And then Small Toxic Baby says, I'm going to be so honest, middle school bullies are a different fucking breed compared to other bullies. Like, there was a club in sparkly letters, unofficially, of course, but teachers were aware of it, about actively hating me. What had I done? Still no clue, to be honest. But the head girl there literally cut my face with a pair of scissors from my ear all the way down to my jaw. If that happened to my daughter, I'm rocking your shit, bitch. Like, seventh grade girl just like out there hanging with friends. Yeah, and I cut that girl with a pair of scissors. I did that. And I'm just going to walk up. She's like, which one of you? Which one of you right here? Cut my daughter's face. And she's like, I did it. Just like straight to, and then all the girls are like scrounging. Not nice to cut people with scissors. She's like punching her. She's like, please stop. I'm like, not nice to cut people with scissors. Like, that's a mean thing to do. That's a mean thing to do. Fuck that shit. Since it was near the end of the day, the school didn't call my mother. It got bandaged and told me not to look at it. My mother, of course, lost her shit on the school because it wasn't the first time I had a run-in with her. They were just typically words. Thankfully, with my face still actively cut, she got transferred. If she sent me an apology text now, I'd honestly laugh as I blocked her, and any of my family was somehow close to her, yeah, I'd flip my fucking shit on everyone. That is such a good, what? Like, it just because they were a middle school bully doesn't mean like all that stuff happened in middle school. She apologized over text. Like, she could have made her fucking life a living hell. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but I think the part that it comes back to, though, is these sisters didn't get along either. So you're not, I think everybody sucks here. Like, everybody in this whole fucking family.
Yeah, I feel bad for the dude that's getting married to this girl because he's getting married into a shitstorm.
And I mean, Sarah could have changed. She could have been, she could have been just like a mean girl and bullied and then grew the fuck out of it, and now she's an adult and everything's fine, and this chick's still holding on to, her being mean, and like, I'm sorry, but in middle school and high school, kids are fucking ruthless. They just are. Like, because you're always fighting to like jockey into position of being like in a specific group and then being in that hierarchy of that specific group. Like, that's where your whole like persona as night and everything, like, it is something. But I think everybody's an asshole here for you guys not being able to communicate it as adults. Like, Mia should be able to fucking get the fuck over it. And then Sarah should be able to man up and be like, hey, I was a fucking asshole in middle school. I really, really do apologize for how much hell I put you through. And then it's all solved. But none of y'all are willing to communicate. So
the crazy thing about school today is like someone could punch a child in the nose, break their nose, and then they can't legally tell you what child did that.
They can't?
No. Unless you like call the cops and file charges and stuff like that. There was an instance this year of my son getting bullied, but we have a ton of friends there. So they're immediately like, yeah, it's this kid. And the cool thing about kids is they got last names. You know what I'm saying? When they tell me a kid's last name. So all I do is I hit up the old Facebook, and then I look up the last name, and then I find people in the area of the school with that last name, and then I click on their profile. I find the kid, and I send old dad a nice message like, hey, bud, you need to talk to your kid about bullying my kid. And then depending on where that, like the first message, super nice. I'm always super nice the first time.
Well, because you don't want to start it with aggression immediately, because you can actually have a conversation. That parent might not have any fucking clue that their kid's being a shit stain, and, I'm going to be a shit stain. But like, they might not know. And then if you come at them, like telling them their kid is a piece of shit, they're going to defend their kid off the bat. But like, if somebody were to send you a message and be like, hey, your kid is like being very mean to my kid and I don't know what's going on, you might want to have a talk with them. You're going to go talk to your kid instead of just being like, well, fuck you, blah, blah, blah.
Well, in this instance, he didn't respond to me, but I don't think that he had a problem with that kid. But during the first play that we took the Theo to, he was there. So I'm like getting in it. I'm like, oh, I went up to him. I was like, hey, bud, you get my message? He's like, oh, yeah, I had a talk with him. I'm like, good. And I patted him on the back. That was it.
Yeah.
Just very respectful about it. But that pat on the back, that tells me a lot. Especially if you come up to him face to face and you're just like, hey, bud, you didn't respond to my message. Just want to make sure that you had a little talk to do with your boy there about, how it's not nice to bully
people. Well, it stopped after it, right?
Yeah. So I still didn't like that I didn't get a message back like, oh, hey, bud, I'm sorry I'm raising a little shit. Bullying, I mean, that's the thing, too, is kids are kids. So as long as you have a talk with them, like, hey, man, you're saying some mean stuff, I can get past that, Fucking, maybe you didn't know your kid was out there. And I still thought I had to say something because he didn't respond to my message, And I gave him the little firm pat on the back and went to my seat. But, yeah, he hasn't bullied. I don't like, because there was an instance where my daughter went to a school here in Lexington, and the coach had said something about her weight while she was in front of other kids, and it really hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a whole different ball game of I kept calling the school, and then they were like, oh, well, we'll like look into it. And then I went up to the school, and then they were like, well, we're still looking into it. And I was like, nope, we're going to get them up here now. I'm not going anywhere. You're going to get them up here now. We're going to have a whole conversation about this. So Amy just hates when, because there's a point where I have to get involved. And once I'm involved, that means I'm already upset too. So
Yeah.
I will punch you in the face for my kid. That's what I'm saying. If you cut my kid's face with a pair of scissors.
Yeah. I that was in the comments, so that was a totally different, like, so it's not necessarily exactly in the story.
Yeah, that's not in the story. That was what happened to a commenter. But
yeah,
at least the parents are getting fucked up. Like that's because it's already happened. You've already raised a little shit, and that's who I'm going to put most of the blame on too. But if I have to go to your house and I'm beating you up and I see the little fucker there, who knows? You know what I'm saying? What better time for an ass whooping than the formative years? You know, you get a good formative, uppercut.
I mean, you're going to jail, but yeah,
I'm already going to jail. We already got B&E. Let's tack on child abuse, child endangerment. We can tack on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh well.
You just throw the dad onto the kid.
Just beat his ass. Be like, this is you. This is your actions right here. That's doing this.
So to keep on the transgender story that you told, today I fucked up by shaving my butt and joining my friend's group best butt competition while being a guy. It's not a transgender thing.
Oh, okay.
But he entered a woman's best butt competition, which who has that? Like, I mean, I want to be a judge.
Right. Oh, because of the guy, because he shaved his butt. Yeah,
definitely.
That's what's inspiring you to do it. Okay.
No, it's funny because my wife always talks about it. And so there was this thing on social media of a woman talking about like how great her butt is. And she's looking in the mirror and then she looks at her husband's butt, which not you because you take the no acetol pills. But my wife's always like, you got a great butt. I wish I had a butt like yours. And I guess it's a thing that a lot of guys have, like really firm,
really supple butts.
Yeah.
The whole thing, yes, too, is I remember like a bunch of gay dudes would get on TikTok and be like, if you're an ass man, you're down low. And I'm like, nope.
You're down low?
Yeah. Gay.
Oh.
You're gay on the down low. I'm like, nope. That's two whole different butts there. One is fucking literal fucking.
One has an undercarriage that is not.
Yeah. One's like a hairy ass fucking deer tenderloin, like fucking just and it's got muscles in it and divots and nasty, and then one's like a soft supple pillow that you like is squishy and you can bop up and down, and it's very delightful and angelic.
Well, I mean, a girl that exercises a lot has a very muscular butt and it's very lifted,
but it's still different. Like a guy's is made out of like tires, like used tires.
Shoe leather.
Yeah, shoe leather. Fucking, it's just not good. Two completely different butts.
So I'm going to read the title again for you cutting this up. Today I fucked up by shaving my butt and joining my friend group's best butt competition while being a guy. So, first of all, I'm a 19-year-old guy and everyone involved in the butt competition was between the ages of 18 and 20. All to count as I don't want my friends to know my actual Reddit account. So, it all started around a week ago when some girls in my friend group came together and started drinking. They started boasting about their butt, and next thing you know, they wanted to do a best butt competition. I wasn't there, so I don't know all the details, but we were to send a message in a group chat. Rules were simple. If you wanted to join, you just had to send a pic of your butt to this certain girl who would present them anonymously to 8 guys, and they would all vote for the picture of the best butt.
He sends in the picture, and the guys are like, fuck, look at that tight little butt right there. That's
Well, I thought it would be funny to join, but I knew that they wouldn't take it seriously because my ass is naturally extremely hairy. This one goes sideways.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
So I did the most logical thing at the time. I shaved it. I took the shaving equipment I normally use for my face, switched the knives, and went ham. Well, this is where the first problem came in. The stupid person I am didn't lock the door. My mom walked in on me shaving my ass.
Can you help, Mom? I
missed a spot.
Yeah, I can't see.
I can feel it back there, but I don't know how to get to it. She just awkwardly wiggled away, and I turned extremely red. She didn't say anything, so I thought she would just ignore it. Well, she didn't. She started Googling. That evening, she asked me to come to the dinner table to talk. My father ran away, so I knew it would be bad, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. She wanted to talk to me about intercourse safety in a homosexual relationship. Well, I knew he was gay.
All right.
Keep in mind, I'm not actually gay. She was extremely well prepared. Highlights of that evening were practicing with a condom and a cucumber. I mean, you have a unit that you can practice on right in front of you.
Dog, you're 19 years old, too. That's a little late for this.
But, like, I mean, why practice with a cucumber when you have your own that you can practice putting a condom on? Like, you don't need a cucumber.
Because his mom is showing him, like, pull out your penis, son. Let's get it hard so we can put this condom on it. That's why they're practicing.
she's showing him.
She's showing him, yes.
I was thinking that she was telling him to practice on a cucumber.
Pull out your dick, son. Let's get it. Look, this is I got to show you something.
I mean, that's Pornhub all day long.
Good God.
Stepmom, I don't know how to put a condom
That's
on.
my mom. We're only related by blood.
All right, so she also went over the dangers of gay sex without lube and a brief summary of objects I should definitely not put in my butt, such as lamps and beer bottles.
What?
She would not listen to any of my denying and would just say, "It's okay. Your dad and I still love you." Well, that's good.
10 out of 10 mom right there.
Yeah.
Though.
Just trying to set him up for success.
Right.
I thought the worst was over, so I sent a picture of my shaven butt to the girl that was collecting them. 2 days later, the 9 pictures of all the contestants were sent, all without any distinguishable features, to the 8 boys. So one thing you should know is that I do have quite a good butt. I got pretty good genes in that aspect, and I've been skating since I was 14. I now skate around 60 kilometers a week, and skating is an incredible way to get a firm, round butt of decent size. You can probably see where this is going. I won with a total of 5 out of 8 votes. One picture got 2 votes, and one got 1 vote. The fallout from this was not that big. Some of the more prideful girls wanted to start some drama, but they didn't want to admit their butt lost to a boy. I didn't talk a lot with them anyway, and COVID makes drama a little more difficult, so that was simply ignored by most of us. Our mixed-gendered trip to a lake that, when lockdown would end, did turn a guys-only trip, as some of the girls suddenly didn't really feel like going, and the rest didn't want to go to a lake with such a one-sided girl-boy ratio. So did he just get railed out by like all these boys? That
Right, I don't understand. Like, why is this? Because my ass was the only delectable ass out there. So
all the girls didn't want to go because my ass would look better in the thong bikini.
Right.
Yeah, this is going weird. I did not read this far into it.
Right.
I do want to say that most of the girls did think it was hilarious on some sort of level, and the one that didn't are famous in our group for being extremely prideful. It is, however, extremely awkward to talk with most of them, as they now look at my ass quite frequently. Just imagine being the guys in this group, though.
That's where I thought the problems were going to come from. Like, the dudes were going to be like, well, that was a dude's ass I voted on. Well, that's gay for him sitting in the ass, and it's not gay for me liking it. And
well, let me see it. No, I don't believe that was your ass.
Yeah, yeah. Pull it out here. Spread your cheeks like you did in the picture. Look, dude, you can even see my balls hanging from the other. That's another huge problem with a girl's ass versus a guy's ass. Like, a girl's ass, especially out, is just there. The guys have the dangling stuff. So
there's a feature hidden in front. It doesn't stop with this, by the way. I was gaming with my friends today, and we started talking about the butt competition. If I was this guy, I just wouldn't bring it up ever.
Ever, yes. Just stop.
We kept it anonymous which butt was from what person, and the people that voted didn't know who won yet, and I did not know who the guys that voted were. Well, the guy I was gaming with happened to be one of the people voting. He said he couldn't choose between 2, and so he started...
No, my God.
He started pleasuring himself and voted for the one he came on. That's not how that works. I said something along the lines of, "That's gross as fuck." He then said something like, "You would understand if you saw the butt," and then proceeded to send the picture he voted for via Snapchat. It was mine. I didn't tell him, but I now have to live with the knowledge that a good friend of mine came on a picture of my shaven ass. This is a wild ride.
This is a story. Good God.
Edit. All right, this has become a lot more popular than I thought it would be. I'm happy my awkward life is amusing random strangers on the internet. For a little update, the guy has probably seen this post and recognized it, as he just sent me a text which states, "Sorry, nothing more. He won't answer any text from me or my friends. I'll try again tomorrow." Yeah, I think it should have just went down like forever, that there was like nobody needs to know that there was a guy's butt in that.
But what guy is then like, yeah, during that ass competition, I jacked off, and whichever one made me pop, that's the one I voted for.
Oh, weirdo that probably doesn't get laid.
Right, yes. And who just divulges that information?
A weirdo that doesn't get laid. That he gets his excitement by talking about sexcapades with his friends. Or masturbations-capades. I made that word up just now. Yes, my mom is a great person. She was raised in an extremely strict Catholic household. She stayed a Catholic, going to church twice a week until she found out her son was gay.
Right.
That's not what it says, but she kept going to church twice a week, but never wanted her kids to feel forced to be anything they are not. One thing some people seem to misunderstand is that my butt is extremely incredible to win against cheerleaders, actresses, and models. I think you're just stroking your own ego now, bud.
Yeah, that's what I think.
My friend group exists out of the D&D players, the arts kids, and the alternative crowd. Even though we have some incredibly beautiful people here, we were never the jaw-dropping popular crowd, which is okay, as we always had fun.
So it wasn't against the cheerleaders and stuff like that. It was just kind of against the D&D players and stuff like that.
Well, he says that they were cheerleaders, actresses, and models.
I think he meant to say it wasn't. That misunderstand. One thing people seem to misunderstand. Yeah, so I think that he had worded that incorrectly. He says, my friend group exists out of D&D players, art kids, and alternative crowds. So it was just like D&D players' asses and shit like that. And honestly, this feels like the type of group that would have a butt competition.
Yeah.
For the best butt.
I am not a dude with a Brazilian woman's ass. Also, thanks for the medals and the tips, blah, blah, blah. Also, I'm not posting pictures of my ass so that thousands of strangers can see it. Sorry, but I'm just not risking it. Pics or it didn't happen.
Right. Now that's I'm sorry. Like, you now have to prove.
Those are the rules of the internet.
That's the rules of the internet.
Edit number 2. Fine, you guys win. You know how many requests I've got for butts? Way too many. Absolutely abnormal. I don't want my bare ass to end up on the internet, so I'll make one wearing something where you can see the shape of it tomorrow. Goddamn perverts. For now, I'll go to sleep. Edit 3. So first, the updates. My friend said he is actually straight. He's still a little quieter than usual, but he can see the joke. Hope it.
Well, he's probably a virgin. If he's in the D&D group, he's probably a virgin. So he's probably like thinking over something. He's like, I came to a butt. Does that mean that
I might be gay? Hope it taught him not to masturbate to random people. Well, what else are you supposed to masturbate to?
Right.
My mom loves you guys. I told her the whole story minus the part about my friend coming. She thought it was funny and said that she believed me to be bisexual for a long time and thought that me shaving was me getting ready for butt stuff. She wanted to have that talk for quite some time. You've been leading your mom down a gay path.
Right. Yeah. She's like, there's so many things you do.
He spends an awful lot of time with them boys in the basement.
Right. And they're playing they're dragons. Okay. But honey, and she's like, if they're explaining, dragon is a term for taking one's genitals and rubbing them up somebody's face. They're dragging. Get it? And then the father's just like, shut the fuck up, Margaret. I don't want to know any of this. That's why the dad ran away when the mom was like, I got to give him the talk. He's like, I'm not going to be here for it.
And dad knew that you were gay too.
Right, yeah.
Some people don't understand how the competition was played. The girl I sent my pictures to was not a contestant, but more of a referee. She sent it to 8 guys that were not a part of the friend group and told them that these were a few of her friends and they should pick out their favorite. Later, she would send the results. It was a complete coincidence that my friend was a voter. The today I fucked up continued, by the way. My ass is itching. Like a lot. Damn it. Lastly, you know what? I'm not going to send the pictures. Some of you guys are absolute beasts. What the fuck? In the time that I was sleeping, I got multiple messages from old men between the age of 50 and 70 talking about what they would do to my ass. I do not want them or any of the other disgusting people to have pictures of my butt.
Welcome to the internet, bud.
Add to that some people that have been spamming me for complete nudes. Just because you are anonymous does not mean you can be a disgusting pest. If it was for the laughs, it would be okay, but some of you actually scare me. One guy even found my main account. How? I feel truly sorry for the girls on this platform, as I completely understand why anyone would delete their account. Sorry to all the people that were just curious or thought it was funny, but I'm just not comfortable with it anymore. I hope you understand.
That was a story.
It is one of those things where you have to like feel so sorry that men are such monsters that like
Utter monsters.
well, like, I mean, you could literally just be a girl on the internet, not even have any pictures or anything, and guys just come, they're like, oh, she said she's a girl. She wants to see my dick.
You know what I'd do to you, girl? I'd just braid your lips apart and then I'd tie them around my head and wear you like a COVID mask.
They're just, yeah, especially old men. I love Facebook, though, because I love when anytime there's a picture of a woman and you can just click on the picture and there are
You know for a fact what it's going to be in the
hundreds of old men just like, darling, especially like I don't know, you know how Facebook just shows you random shit. It'll be a picture of like a girl on a farm. It was like, girls can do cowboy work too. It's like, darling, I wish I had you on my farm. I would love to spend all day, you know, throwing hay and getting work done. And then at night, we could wrestle in that hay, if you know what I'm saying.
I'd lay you down nice and sweet.
Now, if you want to give me, and it's it's like a love letter to them, and it's just an account that's like beautiful country girls. That's it. That's what the account says. It's not the actual woman, but it's like, darling, if you would like to give me a chance, just get in my DMs and send me a message. I'd love for us to form some kind of partnership where we have a coexisting farm. And then other guys are just like, I would love. You wouldn't have to ride a horse if you were on my farm, if you catch my drift. Oh God, it's my favorite activity.
When they think that they have any chance in hell at all with said girl.
I saw it was Pamela Anderson, and she was dressed as a cowgirl, and you know she's doing the whole like all natural stuff and everything like that. That was the cowgirl one, and they're just like, oh, Pamela, listen here, okay? I got a proposition for you. How about you come work on my farm with me? And we'll get all the stuff done that we need to. And then at night, me and you can go down by the lake. We can strip nude, and whatever happens can happen. I will not be too forward with you. You know what I'm saying? We will go at your pace.
But I will look your bow.
But if you please just come down. And then you click on his profile, and it's just like him and his wife in the profile picture. And just I would leave her in a heartbeat just to smell your farts. I would drag my dick through a mile of cactus.
Is that one
just to hear you fart over a walkie-talkie? Yeah.
Is that one of those ones where it is like Steve and Diane, whatever?
No, it's just his profile, and it's just her on there.
I'm just saying it's like those couple accounts.
What's so crazy too is these old guys don't know that like your friends can see the things you've commented on. It's so funny. I love it. And that gives me life too, man. Because you just know anytime you scroll past a photo, and it could be an AI girl who's just like, you know, out here supporting the local firefighter. She got a firefighter costume on. It's like, girl, if I was still, you should have seen me during my prime while I worked at the fire department. I would like to see you slide down a pole, and it wouldn't be the one at the fire station, if you catch my drift. If you would like to send me a message, I am very lonely. Oh my God, it gives me life. It gives me life to know that exists.
Gives me life for you to read another story.
And then it fucking terrifies me that they can vote.
Oh, those are the hardened ones.
That's the craziest part, is like those people decide the future of the country. They can't decipher what's not AI and what is AI. And they're just like...
I've seen so many of the same AI videos for certain political things. I'm just like, you know it's AI. Why are you commenting on it? Nobody said those words. They typed it into a prompt and made a video out of it. It's not real.
Right.
But you, like, yeah, America.
Adrenochrome is good for us, and we should bathe in the baby's blood. And it's like, I knew these demons were out there, but they're so public with it. And it's like, AI or not, they really said that. What? You just said AI or not? Like, how? And it's like, I don't care if it's AI. This is real, and it's happening right there in that video that you just saw. And it's like, I don't know. Am I the asshole for having my ex arrested at my wedding?
What's your ex doing at your wedding?
Well, I don't know. This happened 2 days ago at my 28 and my wife 39 wedding. And a lot of people are telling me, well, I'm in the wrong for having my ex 27 arrested, and my wife is saying I ruined the wedding and caused a scene. Oh, well, maybe you did, if everybody, including your wife, is. First, a little backstory on my ex. We were together for over 5 years.
5 years ago for a matter of weeks.
For a little backstory on my ex, we were together over 5 years ago for a matter of weeks. That fucked me up.
Yeah, it did.
I broke things off because I wasn't into her that much. She began to pester me over text and social media all the time to get back together or to just hook up. This went on for months, and in a particularly weak moment, I gave in and slept with her again. At this point, things got a lot worse. That's what happens, because they're like, "Damn, it worked one time."
Yeah, you don't go back.
I tried to explain that it was a mistake and I didn't want anything to do with her. From then, the messages ranged from abusive to begging me for sex. Eventually, I just blocked her. From then, she started turning up at my house, work, social spaces I went to often. She attempted to force herself on me and threatened violence. At that point, I got a restraining order. Since then, I haven't heard from her in years.
If this is a guy, he must have put it
He
down on
fucking
her.
laid it down, buddy.
Holy shit. She's just like, I gotta have it one more time.
He didn't lay down PVC. He laid down that copper shit. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that households have
High
for 50
quality.
years. Yeah. That man put in the work. I met my wife 3 years ago, and she is honestly the best thing in my life. We fell in love hard and honestly have a great relationship. We got engaged 2 years and 2 days ago and finally had our wedding. The day was going amazingly until a friend of mine, who I'll call Chris, turned up with his plus one, my ex.
Fuck you, Chris.
Right, Chris.
Fuck you, Chris.
You know what had happened. Also, I guarantee you she talks to Chris a lot like, oh, what is he doing? Oh, they're having a wedding? Oh, my God, what does she look like?
I gave her those 6 orgasms in 3 minutes, and she's just never let go afterwards.
I spoke to him, and he had absolutely no idea about my history with her, and we tried to get her to leave. After she refused, I decided to just ring the police. 2 officers showed up to arrest her for breaking her restraining order, and she flipped out. She was shouting and screaming. She hurled abuse at my wife and claimed that we were meant to be together, which obviously distracted from our wedding. I wonder if Chris left her after that.
No, he's probably like, she's crazy. I wanna give it a go. The crazy ones do it the best.
Now my wife is upset with me for causing a scene, and a lot of our friends are saying that I should have just ignored it and focused on the day because she wasn't causing any problems up until the point the police showed up. Am I the asshole? To edit some of the questions I've had, yes, my wife knew I had a restraining order against a stalker. We spoke about it when we started to become serious. A family member also knew, but my friend didn't, as I never spoke to them about it. We have an update, guys. Fucking love them with the update. So, not the asshole. What the fuck? Like, well, I can kind of see.
If she wasn't being hard to get along with there, you just let it ride. It's crazy, but you just let that crazy person just be there. And then once she acts crazy, then you get your wife to beat her up, or you beat her up, however that comes down to it. But you stirred the hornet's nest by getting the police to come and take her out. If everything's been quiet, and then the police show up and they arrest her, you are the asshole.
He's going to work a long day. One day he's going to come home. He's like, why is the door open? He's going to open the door. He's going to see blood everywhere. He's like, what's happening? He's going to go to the kitchen table, and his ex is going to be sitting there with his wife's face on. Like, hey, baby, how was work today?
Fuck me one more time.
We should have sex. We should have sex right now.
That's all I got to say is like, because she's just threatening violence to get him to fuck her. Like, that is wild.
But I mean, she wants him to fuck her because she thinks that's going to make him fall in love with her. That's why she's doing it. But also, he did lay it down though. He had to.
If it was a 2-pump chump, she would have forgotten about you.
Like, yeah, that's nothing. But I mean, or she was just a virgin.
He probably had the cunnilingus game on lock.
That's what I'm saying, guys. If you want to have a woman,
maybe slip down to some analingus and then back up.
Go crazy. I mean, it's right there. It's right there. You're not traveling far. Look, you're not traveling far. You might as well, hit the convenience store up. That's what I'm saying. If you're at Niagara Falls and you know you want to check out Buffalo, it's not far away. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're in Buffalo, Niagara
Yeah.
Falls, but yeah.
Well, it's also in Canada too, so
Yeah,
you
go-
wouldn't be far.
Go to the Canadian side. Get a passport. Go to the Canadian
That's
side.
what I'm saying. There you go. That's a better. So if you're at Niagara Falls, okay, and you're like, man, I heard the Canadian side's real good. Just go up there. Just check it out.
Give it a look. I mean, just look.
It's right there. All right, so the update. I got a lot of requests for an update on my original, so here it is. It's been a very long day since I first posted, and I spoke to both my wife and Chris. Starting with my wife, we had a very long, tearful conversation about everything from my ex to our wedding. I apologize for the fact I didn't consider involving her before calling the police, which meant that X's outburst when being escorted out came as a complete surprise to her. She apologized for the way she reacted and explained that she wasn't angry at me, but is angry at X. The fact that the wedding was ruined and that the focus was shifted away from them and from us and to the X, her anger was misdirected. Fuck me, I could not read that.
You got it.
Another reason for the anger is that a lot of guests had no idea who X was, so X's comments of we were meant to be together has apparently led to people theorizing I had been cheating on my wife with X. So now we have to put out fires before rumors began to spread. My wife is now very much focused on making sure I am okay. After all of this, though, she is still distraught about our special day being ruined, but we will work through it together. On to Chris. This is where things get a little scary. Me and my wife called him together, firstly, to check to see if he's okay. He is. And secondly, see how the hell she's managed to worm her way into his life in order to get into my wedding. According to Chris, they connected over social media. She started liking his post over the course of a month and then DM'd him, and they started chatting from there. The crazy part is that to Chris, X has a completely different name, but the post on her profile dated back 3 years, meaning she has had this profile with a fake name for at least 3 years, and it's not the only one. Chris told us that a few other guys contacted him after the wedding saying they recognized her, and they also got DMs from her on different accounts, all with a different name. There's at least 3 other accounts that we are currently aware of. Apparently, X showed no signs of being obsessed with me or even that she knew who I was. He invited her as a +1, thinking they might eventually get serious as they were having a really good time together. He has apologized profusely, but we made it clear that we do not blame him for this. Poor Chris. He's like, I fucking dig this girl. You are a great girl. Be my +1 at this wedding. It's like, all I want to do is fuck your friend. That's it. You are nothing to me. There's been no word currently on what's going on with X, but considering her breaching the restraining order and resisting arrest, we assume she will probably end up in prison. Me and my wife have spoken about it, and if we are contacted by the police, we will absolutely press charges, and my wife will also get a restraining order. For now, we are going to try to enjoy our honeymoon and deal with the rest of this mess when we get back. Thank you, Reddit, for all the advice and opinions you gave. A lot of perspectives on the situation that I had not considered. So the X has a limerence. We learned that word on the podcast.
Yeah. That person is fully in make-believe land that this is the fairy tale that they're living in.
She thought she was going to show up at that wedding. He was going to be like, I do want to be with you. I want to lay it on you one last time. Give you a whirlwind of emotions. I bet in her mind, she thought she was going to show up to that wedding. And he's going to be like, you know what? Wife, take off that wedding dress. I'm putting it on this girl, and me and her are going to get married because that's how marriages work.
I'm just glad that my life has not been this exciting. I'm so glad that my life is not this exciting.
Do you feel bad that you've never laid it down so well that a girl wanted to potentially kill you and the person that you were with because you were not with her?
Well, it's either A, that I haven't slept with anybody that could be that crazy, or B, that I didn't lay it down that well. I'll take either one of those options. I'm cool with them.
Yeah, I'm thankful for not having that. That does seem like a hindrance on, especially when you got kids and stuff like that. I guarantee you it's terrifying to have a stalker.
It's so wild. And it's so wild that somebody would allow themselves to believe that like narrative. And like that's the world that they live in. It's like, oh, one day I'll get him back.
After all the rejections and the restraining orders, and she's just like, well, he only got the restraining orders to, he's just
playing hard to get.
He's playing hard to get. That's it. That's a typical guy stuff. Like, if this will be a funny story we tell our grandkids, he got a restraining order on me because he thought he could get away from me, but he couldn't. Oh.
Yeah, no, I think he was initially the asshole for just calling the cops without, like what his wife said, like they should have talked about it. Like he should be like, hey, you remember that crazy stalker bitch that she's here with Chris? What do you think we should do? Then wife can call the cops and then.
Well, then wife, I guess she'd be like, well, just as long as she doesn't do anything, let's just like make this our day.
Is she into 3-ways?
It would have got real crazy at the point where it's like, if anybody objects to this wedding, because the wedding stops, we learned that.
I don't know how true that is, though.
I don't know how true it is either.
And where, like, because each place has different laws. So how long do you have to stop for?
That's crazy that I didn't know that you had to stop. And I'm so glad. I've never just been like, I object.
I'm in love with the groom.
Yeah. That's so funny. And it was like, fuck. And the priest was like, shut it down. All right, let's have a meeting. We got to have a meeting. And I'm like, oh, no. This was a joke.
All of a sudden, like, church staff, like, file in from the outside and, like, block.
Very militant-like, yeah. They got guns and shit. Sit down. Everybody remain seated.
This wedding has been called off.
This wedding is on hold until further notice. The fucking priest rips off his fucking robe and he's like got bulletproof vest on, Rambo shit.
Anybody try anything, you're first to go out.
Firstly, homosexual friend, we have to have a meeting. I'm like, I was joking. And it was like, why are you joking? Because I have to stab you and by law I have to splice
cut off your
jugular
genitals
if you are joking in the godly ceremony that we are having right now.
I have to bite off your foreskin, and if you don't have foreskin, I just have to bite the tip off.
That's wild. Is that not a lie, though, that rabbis did that? They bit off the foreskins?
That's not a lie.
That's a real thing?
A real thing.
God bless America.
I don't know when all that stuff stopped and what it's about, but, like, I think they were passing along, like, some sort of, like, herpes or something by doing that, and so... I don't know. That's and I should probably stop before we get
yeah, like, I don't know what's happening.
It was all make believe. All right, I'm gonna go to the bottom.
Netanyahu releases a video where he talks about he didn't kill us. Like I didn't even know Mike and Dylan or their other podcast, Two Daddies Judging Baddies. Judging Baddies.
He does it himself.
Yeah. Whoopsie. He's like, yeah. I might have killed him a little bit.
All right. My 23 female boyfriend, 23 male of 1 year is bad at everything, and it's making me lose respect for him. This is a best of Reddit. Okay, so I'm going crazy in my head here because I don't know if I'm just the world's biggest bitch or what. Basically, my boyfriend, let's call him Steve, is just not good at doing anything. Wait, that's not true. He's good at outdoorsy stuff and is apparently pretty good at his job and catering. Aside from that, ? 5 of them. For example, I feel like I can't do anything with him that involves any skill or is even slightly competitive because 1, he's a sore loser, and 2, he never wins. That's a bad combo.
That is a bad combo. At least I get salty as fuck, but I try.
Yeah.
I try. And if I just was not in the where I was good, I went to one pre-release. I fucking sucked and I had lost. Well, that technically first round I didn't even lose. I just drew. And then I won the last 2 rounds and I ended up getting like 5th place. I was upset. Yeah. Look, I was upset. But then I put in the work so it wouldn't happen again.
Cards. Never will understand them.
Happens.
When I stayed with his family over Christmas, they had a Scrabble board, and because it was snowy and boring, of course, I tried to pass the time playing Scrabble with him, and I'm not even good at Scrabble, and I still crushed him every game. Eventually, after a few, I just couldn't play anymore because I had to spend like 10 minutes after every game making him feel better about himself. After giving up on Scrabble, we switched to playing Sorry. We had to stop that too because I couldn't handle the mental toll of continuously beating him at Sorry. Another time, we went to a board game night. It sounds like you're just beating his ass in board games. Like, is he bad at everything or just board games?
Yeah, but what if she doesn't see it and like every time she beats him, she's like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Fucking
you
loser.
thought you was going to win. You had to
Loser.
Get good, scrub.
Another time we went to a board game night with some friends and he couldn't understand the rules for most of the board games and afterwards vented to me about how stupid the games were and why there was no point having rules so complicated no one could grasp them.
Dylan.
What?
Oh,
Are you talking about card games that I've never played in my life because I didn't start loving them when I was 13?
No, I
Is that
didn't
what you're talking about?
I didn't say anything.
That's what you're talking about.
Oh, no.
He called me a bitch at the refrigerator earlier and then tried to gaslight me into I wouldn't give him my last kombucha, and he's like, bitch.
He's got some really yummy ones though, man.
Yeah, and I shared one with you, and then
Yeah, but you didn't then give me another one. God. And also, I didn't say that.
He's like, fucking bitch.
You make it up in your mind. What happened was you called me a bitch, and then you didn't know that subconsciously you had said that. This is what it's like living with wives, by the way. You subconsciously didn't know that you said that. And name 5 times I have
called you a bitch.
I have been rude. Name 15 times.
In the last week.
Yeah, women will do that to you. They'll be like, name 15 times that back up your statement. Or like, if I'm just like, ooh, I firmly disagree on that belief, they'll be like, gaslighting. That's gaslighting. But then
gaslight me into this.
Yeah, they do something wrong. They're like, name 15 times. Give me 7 examples of this exact moment. I was like, I don't fucking know. I don't hold on to that shit. Or dates. And then you name a time. Name 5 more times.
It's raining outside.
Is that rain?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that was rain.
Now we can have fires again, maybe, hopefully, sometime soon in the near future.
Did you stop having fires?
Yeah. Kind of.
Pussy.
Kind of.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yes, we stopped having fires during this burn ban. North Carolina is in a record drought.
Well, 81 counties got out of it, but like literally the whole center of the state is just like, nope, you're still in it.
Where they have the most data centers, crazily enough. It's so funny that the drought map follows where all the data centers are.
Put them in the mountains. All right, so he was the only one who couldn't grasp the rules to these games. Other times we'd play casual stuff like air hockey or foosball, which I didn't think even required any strategy other than spinning the little plastic dudes really fast, and he'd still lose every time. Well, that's because he's not cheating. You can't just spin them. You've got to keep your hands on them. You're not allowed to like just spin them freely. That's cheating.
Yeah,
that's illegal.
My ex-girlfriend, she tried to do that. I'm like, whoa, no, your hands cannot leave the fucking handles. Yes. Yeah, there ain't no fucking spinning this bullshit. Hands can't leave the fucking scrub.
Cheater.
Yeah. She's like, what? We're just playing. It's like, this is not a game.
No.
You have entered the zone. Once you're like, ooh,
we are in competition.
I'm going to destroy you. I took that fucking personally. So
follow the fucking rules.
Yeah, we're going to pull out let me pull up foosball rules just so we know we're playing by them.
He'd still lose every time and get upset about it. I don't care about winning. I just want to have fun. Couldn't you just like throw the game then, babe? Like just throw the fucking game. You're playing foosball. Like unless he's just
he's just like, yes, finally.
I just want to have fun, and it feels like it's impossible to have fun because playing anything with him feels like playing against a goddamn 5-year-old. But wait, this thread isn't entitled "My boyfriend is terrible at games," so here's some other stuff. About damn time. His internet stopped working a while back, so he called me, and I told him to use his mobile data to download the troubleshooting manual for his router and see if he could fix it. Yeah, troubleshooting is unplug it and plug it back in.
Easy.
99% of the time that will fix the internet. And if that doesn't fix it, most likely the internet's not coming to your router. So just
yeah, that's when you look online and be like, is there an outage in my area? Oh, there is.
He didn't manage, so I went to his place later and found he downloaded the manual for the wrong router. It wasn't even for the right brand. I ended up fixing his problem, and then he ranted to me about how all these router manufacturers make their manuals so hard to use, like there's some sort of deliberate conspiracy to keep everyone in perpetual confusion unless they're a genius. I am not a genius. I'm just capable of following simple written instructions. Also, he wants to go back to school to do a master's degree, but he needs to do some prereqs, including a math unit where he's struggling with a lot of the material. But as far as I can tell, it's all stuff he should have learned in high school. Lately, he's been posting Facebook updates about how hard it is to learn logarithms. My school covered logarithms and grade 9, and even though I can't remember how to do them off the top of my head, I don't recall them being particularly hard at the time, and aside from that, I'm getting tired of being expected to be sympathetic when increasingly I just want to yell, well, maybe if you weren't such a dumbass. But if I even hint that maybe he should be able to deal with his own emotions, example, honey, I know you couldn't get the pizza dough the shape you wanted it, but it's not a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, right? I get accused of being unsympathetic to his feelings. I think you're dating a woman.
Yeah, you're dating a little bit of misogyny right there. A child, definitely. But here's the thing, though. If he was just bad at shit, that's fine. Like, if he wasn't doing you don't care about you don't have any sympathy for me. If he wasn't doing all this shit, she's just a bitch. Like, that's it. Like, she's just go find somebody that's good at everything, bitch, because that's what you want. But he's kind of bringing it on himself by doing the whole being a sore loser, even though, I mean, I don't know what he's been sore about, you know?
Well, I think the part of it that gets me, though, is that he's not being a self-sustaining person. Like, that's the big thing is, like, when you are in a couple, yes, it is, like, certain people do certain things better, and so you develop those things in your relationship. However, like, your wife does most of the cooking. Are you incapable of cooking if you need to? Like, you can do that. Like, home dude is completely incapable of doing the things that generally you should be able to do.
But I'll get a call and be like, hey, your middle son wants the PlayStation plugged up. I was like, okay. So the cords in that PlayStation plug up in the back of the PlayStation where it looks like the cords will go.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know.
She's like, what? How could you even do that? I don't, there's this, I'm like, what's going on on his phone? She's like, I'm jumbling all the cords. I don't know what's happening. They go into where they're supposed to fucking plug in.
Is she talking about your youngest son or your middle son?
Middle son.
He should be able to do it, though. What the fuck is he not doing?
I mean, he could do it now, but I'm just giving examples. And she's just, I mean, that's been the biggest thing. And I can't I'm like, you don't know it because you don't want to learn it.
Well, that's my thing with my 5-year-old is a lot of things I'm at the point where I'm letting her do thing herself from the beginning and try to not until she gets frustrated, and I'll be like, hey, well, like, I mean, just problem solving and everything, because like she's in the stage too where she'll just like go to being extremely upset if something isn't perfectly her way. And I was like, how about you use your words to just like ask for the thing that you want, and then we can discuss it, and like before you already assume that you're not getting your way, just like, let's talk about it.
Right.
And that's one of those things that like with learning how to do anything, you have to like kind of fail a little bit. It's a little uncomfortable, but then you figure it out. And yes, I'm sorry, with technology, you should be able to plug up a DVD player or a PlayStation or whatever the fuck.
That's what I'm saying though. Like when in your past relationship, I mean, y'all had a DVD player. You never hooked up the DVD player. Mm-mm. It's the exact same thing. Same thing. Mm. Instead of AV cables, you now plug in an HDMI cable. It's easier.
What's an HDMI cable?
It's the one that has the same.
It looks like this hole, and then it looks like that on the cable, and those two go together.
And the other side looks exactly the same. It's the only cable where both sides look exactly the same.
Well, it's like charging cables. You know, you had like the micro USB, and then Android went to USB-C, and then Apple went to, or has like the lightning cable and all those things. And it's like, I don't know which cable to use. Well, look at the hole. Mm-hmm. Look at the cord. Do those go together? No. Yeah.
It goes in the square hole.
And then the way that my wife and daughter, they'll just grab like here and yank out. I was like, no, that's what this little piece here is. You know why none of your cords work here is because you guys are super rough. And then like if it doesn't just go directly in, it's like, I'm like, it shouldn't.
Right.
It's meant for the hole. But yeah, I'm kind of on both their sides here. I think maybe she's being a little hard to get along with.
Yeah, I think they just need to break up.
That's the Reddit thing. All right, so she says, I get accused of being unsympathetic to his feelings. Well, what about my feelings that I don't want constant rolling coverage of every tiny thing that bothers you? But he's also an incredibly sweet, hardworking person who treats me well. And his boss and coworkers all say he doesn't just work hard, but is actually really competent at his job. And he did pretty well in high school. And he's lived on his own since he was 16 and kept himself alive the whole time. And no one else has ever said or hinted to me, gee, your boyfriend is kind of a dumbass. So what the fuck? Is it me? Am I the crazy one? Am I a bitch? Yes to all of them.
Or he could just be like, you know what? Hey, this router thing is so hard. Why don't you come over? And it's like, oh, that's all we had to do was just like push that button. Oh, well, let's hang out now.
Or you could just not be manipulative and just be like, why don't you come over?
Yeah. I guess that would be manipulative. I guess that would be a little. Well, I guess that would be a little problematic.
I'll save you some time scrolling. We broke up. Good. So
nice.
I guess we don't got to read the rest of that. I mean, it's a fucking page, but I'll go through it.
Go through it. I want to see if there's anything crazy.
Some more background. My ex graduated with a degree in biomedicine last year. Have you ever noticed that there's people that are like super, 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 super smart, but they're really dumb all at the same time? Like they can understand like very deep concepts, but then when it comes to something as simple as like unplug your router and plug it back in. They're just like mind is blown. They're not capable in general day-to-day stuff, but they are very, very intellectual.
I don't get accused of that all the time.
Well, yeah, but that's because you're the person that can do the general day-to-day stuff. You're not the biomedicine degree.
I'm pretty stupid when it comes to like common sense stuff, but I'm also not helpless too.
Yeah.
I think if I had like the stereotypical childhood, I think I would be that guy.
Well, I think
where I'd just be smart and then like common sense stuff.
It's just the situations that you run into. Because like that's the thing with my wife. My wife is 1,000% capable of doing all the things. However, she has like an easy out card that she can play.
Yeah, I'd just rather that be the case. Just say, hey, it'd be easier if you did it.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, what? The PlayStation cords, how do they work?
That really gets you. PlayStation.
Drives me up a fucking wall, dude.
All right. So he graduated with a degree in biomedicine last year, but never actually looked for work in his field, as far as I know. This didn't strike me as a problem at first, since he's always taken care of himself just fine, and he never seemed that enthusiastic about his degree anyway. I spent several years after high school working odd jobs while I figured out what to do with my life, most of the way through nursing school now. So who am I to judge, right? But gradually, I just got more and more of a sinking feeling about things, mostly because he kept talking about how he wanted to get a PhD and become a professor. And I felt professorship was a pretty optimistic goal for even the most brilliant of students. But how do you tell your boyfriend you think their dreams are wildly unrealistic? So he decided he was going back for his master's. Cool.
That's exactly what professorship is for.
The people that can't go out and do it.
Yes, when you can't go out and do it, that you're like, I will teach the new age how to do it. It's literally those who can't teach, those who can do, those who can't teach. I mean, that's the thing. Yeah. That's the perfect thing for him, is to be the professor.
Yeah, because he doesn't even actually have to know what he's talking about. It's all in the lesson plan.
Yeah, you're preparing. You're giving people knowledge. You're not actually doing the thing, and you don't have to do the thing at a high level. You could just teach the other person that you assume can do it at the high level.
After I posted the original thread, I realized I'd never really spoken to him about his negativity while we were both calm. So I sat him down one day and told him that while I was always going to be there for him in times of real distress, I couldn't take all this complaining anymore. About his coworkers, about my housemates, about his housemates, about losing at games, about the train system, about math, about arts majors. You left all this out of the first post.
Right.
Apparently they, quote, all work at Starbucks, unquote. The one time I pointed out the irony of this, he went real quiet and later told me I really hurt his feelings and to not strike such low blows in the future.
Nah, fuck that shit. I told y'all the story about how I was at that one party and this bitch was like, yeah. And that's the one thing too, man. I don't care.
So what at the party, what happened?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm saying I don't care like where your political beliefs are. You could still be a fucking hypocrite. Like, and she's like talking about like you fucking how she's got this degree and she's so smart, and you know, fucking conservatives are just like a bunch of people doing lawn work and shit like that. And I thought she was like fucking just king shit running the game, and she's like, I work at Starbucks.
Yeah, she's just waiting for that management position.
Shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. I would never like knock somebody on making a living, on how they make their living. But if you're sitting there knocking somebody on how to make their living and you're working at fucking Starbucks, it's hypocrisy.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody looks through their own little lens of what the world is. And so as long as somebody doesn't call them out on it, or they don't just get like blasted in the face with them being completely wrong, they'll still continue to believe that is how the world actually works.
I'm wildly taken aback.
All right. So, I guess I missed a hell of a red flag. I told him it was exhausting to constantly have to attend to one crisis or the other, and that perhaps he could benefit from seeing a therapist. In addition to everything else, he's also had depression on and off, and I figured it was a good chance to learn better coping skills. Well, that didn't go over well at all. He immediately accused me of not caring about his feelings and that he should be able to say whatever he wanted to me, and psychologists just want to give you happy pills to make you think like everyone else. He's got some problems.
Right.
When I told him psychologists aren't licensed to prescribe medicine, he went silent for a while and said, It doesn't matter. They still just want to convince you it's fine to be a loser and everything's okay with you. I asked him if he thought he was a loser, and he said he doesn't think he's a loser. He just thinks it's important to stay aware of your flaws and punish yourself when you mess up, which is why he runs so much. What? At this point, I ended the conversation because I don't know what the fuck to say. When he says he punishes himself, all I can think of is the Da Vinci Code, where he's like flogging himself.
Yeah, flogging himself on the, just whipping himself. Yeah.
God, you fucked up. You didn't fix the router.
You're so naughty. Why are you so naughty all the time? So bad. You can't win at Thor. You're not good enough at it. Sad. Everybody's in there looking down on you.
Apologize. The other thing that had been bothering me progressively more is that he's currently taking units so he can start his master's next semester. But it struck me as kind of weird that he had to take math and science prereqs considering he already has a degree in biomedicine. I'm pretty sure he graduated. He has a photo of himself in his gown on Facebook, but every time I tried to ask, he'd hand wave it away like he was hiding something. Of all the problems in our relationship, this was the only one that made me feel like I might be nuts because for all I know, there was a perfectly simple explanation, but why the evasiveness? Anyway, reading back everything I wrote feels super weird because there's a lot of crazy shit and it's like, well, sure that happened, but it wasn't like that. Maybe it was. After my failed attempt at talking, I felt like a giant dumbass for not realizing the relationship was doomed from the start, but I was dreading actually breaking up with him until the boat ride.
What happened on the boat ride?
So in my town, there's a few places you can hire a little sailboat for an hour and sail around on the water in the summer. Fun couples activity, right? Before the horrible talk, we'd made plans to do this, and he didn't know I was going to break up with him, and I was still clinging to the hope of fixing our relationship. So we went sailing. Oh, this is like my 30th birthday.
Wait, what?
When I was breaking
yeah.
up with homegirl and we went to a tiny house.
She was like, just come to the tiny house. We can make everything better. And he was like, I want to be with my friends. No, you're going to be with me because we're going to fix this.
Fix it. All went well for about 10 minutes until we had to turn the boat. And of course, turning a sailboat can be tricky if you've never done it before. As we're trying and failing to turn the boat, I can see him getting more and more agitated, and I try to lighten the mood by joking about our struggles, and he replies with something like, oh, sure, it's fine to be shitty at things. Who needs standards? And I should have known not to expect to be good at sailing. I tell him there's no reason he needs to be good at something.
Who the fuck is letting you touch their sailboat
without any...
with no knowledge? No, I think this is a lie because look, I've been on a sailboat. If I was to be like, oh man, he'd be like, fuck you. I will cut your hands off. Do my sailboat. You're riding and I am having fun. You shut the fuck up. I will cut your hands off.
Well, unless it's like a money laundering scheme and you just send out these sailboats and if there's an insurance claim, you get the money and all kinds of money laundering.
Whoops. Girlfriend died on a sailboat. I'm just so bad at sailing, guys. She just flew out and that was it.
I tell him there's no reason he needs to be good at something we're just doing for fun and to just try to enjoy the activity. Something that I'm sick of saying and he's evidently sick of hearing because it sets him off on one of his rants about how he can't do anything right and people who don't care how well they do are dumbasses. Everyone is a dumbass. I just want him to be happy with being a dumbass. The boat is stupid, sailboats are stupid, our town is unreasonably windy, etc. After that, he's too upset to talk and snaps at me every time I ask him to hold a rope or whatever, all because he had trouble turning a fucking hire boat. What's a hire boat?
I don't know.
I guess he meant a sailboat. But so I turned to him, yelled, "You're dumped." Snark.
What? You're dumped, dude.
Jumped into the water and swam back to shore. No, that's solid.
Yeah.
Like that's actually a good dumping story. It's like, fuck you and your boat. Like, find your way back. You're dumped. Jumped into the water and swam back to shore. Just kidding. Aw, fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you. Setting us up. Just kidding. I only did that in my imagination. I broke up with him a couple days later. What? Not even like after you get back on land? You're not just like, fuck you, dude. Like this was lame.
I guess she was still holding on to it.
Lame.
But, I mean, yeah, you got to break up with that dude. If he wasn't doing all that stuff, I love situations where it's just like, I am just so, like, he just sucks at all this stuff, and it makes me not attracted to him. But he's like a great person out of this one thing that he's doing. I'm just like, yeah, that guy's better off alone without you.
Yeah.
But then in this situation where she's just like, he sucks, and if he sucks, that's fine. But then he's just like,
Woe is me.
I'm just the worst ever.
Eeyore.
I'm just not good at anything. I should go kill myself. Oh man.
I remember, dude, my stepdad's brother, he finally got this girlfriend.
We need to come up with terms for that so that's like an insider club of.
All right. My old best friend, he got this girl pregnant, and this girl was a bitch. And I didn't, like, everybody was like, dude, she's such a bitch. She was kind of friendly around me. So then she was like, she told me she played Magic the Gathering. And I was like, oh, God, I play it too. And she was like, oh, we should play. And I was like, all right. And she was like, I am very, very good, though. And he was even like, yeah, nobody can beat her. I was like, I can. She's going to get dog walked. What the fuck you talking about? She plays with her friends. I play competitively. Like, you're going to get dog walked. Sure as shit, she sits down. She has 2 decks. Both dog shit. All right. But I know how to play. So I beat her. She literally, like, scoops up all the cards, puts it in a Ziploc bag, and just storms out the fucking door. And I was like, bro, you need to
Run.
Yeah, you need to run. And eventually, I guess, she had the kid, gave it to him, and then she just fucking dipped off. I don't even know what happened to her.
Good for the kid.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Also, low-key wanted to be like, she got pregnant real quick when y'all got together, dude. And I think that she just needed to
Dump off the kid somewhere.
Right, yeah. Just haha.
With that story, though, you look at all these Reddit stories and you know that a lot of shit's like fabricated and not like that person. I really solidly feel like they should have just left it at like I was like, you're dumped. Jumped out of the boat and swam back. You could have just left it there. And like the internet might be like, it's fake, but at least that would have been a moment. You can relive your life on Reddit. Like you're making up your own story anyways. Nobody can fact check that shit.
Trying to find a good one. I want a juicy one. I guess I'll do this one. Am I the asshole for expecting the gifts to be for both of us? I recently got engaged and been with my partner for 5 years. Her family threw us an engagement party this weekend, and when we got home and opened some of the cards, there was money in most of them. I mentioned it was generous of her family to give us so much money, and my girlfriend mentioned it was her money.
My ex-girlfriend.
I pointed out that it has both of our names on the card, and the money should be going towards the wedding and things for both of us. She mentioned that it was her family that gave us the money, so it's hers, but I disagreed. I said the engagement party was for both of us, and it's our cards and gifts that we received. I pointed out it's selfish of her to expect everything to be just for her. She said I was trying to take advantage of her family's generosity, but I pointed out that's exactly what she's doing by keeping everything for herself. She just repeated the gifts were from her family, so it should be from her. Yeah, just time to what?
X.
You
guys are getting married.
Yeah, during the engagement process, she needs to be like, what's ours? It's ours. Because once you get married, then it's hers.
Yes.
I mean, that's, look, teach their own. My life is driven by aspiration. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, my wife, her life is driven from getting the money from my aspirations. You know what I'm saying? And that's a great, I kind of feel like, in a sense, we get paid for what we do. But also, there was a long time where we didn't get paid for what we do, and we still just did it because it was like our dreams and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I do think back. I'm like, I would do this for free. So I guess, take all the money from it. And
yeah, I think it's funny just because like we had to move, or my wife's pregnant, so her hormones and everything, but like she wanted us to get a house that was ours. I was like, it is ours. She's like, but you had this before you met me. I was like, yeah, but like.
You paid for it with your stripper money. That's what she didn't like.
Now it's ours.
Yeah.
But she wanted to move, and then now we're in the new house, and like, all the postpartum and everything's gone away. And so she's like, yeah, that was kind of messed up. Because we went from, like an $800 mortgage to like a $1,600 mortgage. And she's like, yeah, that was kind of
double it.
I wish I could give it to the next one.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's the Reddit story where he had a problem because she was like, I bought this house. And he was like, no, I want something that has both of our names on it. No, I want the free thing.
Yeah,
I
I
like
want
that.
us to be set up in the best way. Like, and I think that's, there's guys out there, so it's not a guy versus girl. Like, it's just usually you have the two partners. Like, those two people meet each other. Is somebody that's like, I just want to do this as easy as we can get it done and like not worry about it. And then the other person's like, well, no, we deserve this. We should do this. We should be at this level. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. We'll get there sometime. But like the person over here is just like, but I'm cool with where we're at now. And then the other person's like, no. Let's just live like that now.
No,
Like,
I just want
don't do
I want a
that.
1999 Honda
Yeah.
that when I crank it, I'm like, is it going to start today? Is it going to not? We don't know what's going to happen. And she's like, no. My kids
Brand new.
drove around in something new. And then I never drive them around in the new thing. And I'm just like, I could have just got a 1999 Honda and that's it.
Yeah.
And then it's just mine and I'm not making any payments on it.
Yeah, that's where I've lived. I bought my truck when I was 19 and I still own that truck and I am 39.
So we do, before we get into Dylan reading the last story, we do want to announce the terms for the LaborLama giveaway that we're doing from May to the end of June. And that is, all you have to do to enter is to rate the podcast and then comment down your comment. But at the end of it, you have to include Mike's love handles. That is the key word that'll get this, the special word. Bah! That's what's going to get you in the running to get some free LaborLama. Also, if you are not following the podcast.
Well, you didn't tell them how much.
What do you mean?
What is the free LaborLama? What does it get?
I don't know. It's like a package that we're going to put together.
I thought it was like $100.
It'll be like $100, yeah.
Okay, so it's just $100, and they
Yeah,
get to
there you
pick
go.
out what they.
$100 of free LaborLama. Mike and Dylan's blood, sweat, and tears sent to you for free.
If you want to buy any LaborLama, though, if you use the code 2DJB, you get 30% off of your order.
That's a pretty
between
good deal.
now and then, too.
And once again, guys, if you are not following the podcast, please follow. It helps us out tremendously. And then if you would like bonus content, you can go to patreon.com/Mike and Dylan and get more episodes of this. And it helps us out a lot. So
Help support the podcast so we can keep doing it.
fucking win-win. Beautiful.
Win-win-win-win.
Win-win-win-win. Yeah, win-win-win.
All right, so I'm just going to go to this one. It's a day old. Am I the asshole for telling my mom if she actually cared, she would have taken me to the doctor when I lost the ability to feel/move my toes? No, you're not the asshole.
It's just a sinus infection. That's what moms do. They're like, it's just a sinus infection. Take some ibuprofen. You'll be able to feel your toes tomorrow.
I think there's only two moms. There's the one that's like, toughen up. And then there's the, oh my gosh, do you feel bad? Oh, I think we should take you to the doctor.
I'm that mom.
Hypochondriac. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when my daughter had hurt, because that's all I was told. She was like, oh, yeah, she had hurt her ankle at school. And she called and she said she could stay. And I was like, okay, that's, thanks for letting me know, babe. And then I got home that night and she had it in a wrap. And I was like, well, let me take a look at it. And I unwrap it. And it's this humongous softball purple fucking ankle. And I'm just like, all right, back up. I'm like, yeah, we're going to go get this checked out right now. We're going to go get it checked out right now. So. And then everybody proceeded to feel bad when they told her she had a fracture in her ankle, and she tore her ATFL or whatever. I don't know what ligament that was, but she fucked her shit up. But technically now, this is how quick it's been. Now she can do some activities without the boot on.
Yeah, when I sprained my ankle and ripped all the ligaments out of my left ankle, they were just like, start walking on it whenever you can stand it, because the whole like not putting any weight on it is actually like detrimental to it. And so I just threw my crutches in the back of my truck and walked from there.
Yeah, they were like, if she's not going to, she's not going to jump in the air at the sight of pizza, which is what my daughter did. She was just goofing off, being fun with her friends, and she landed sideways on her foot. Mm-hmm. There's like, as long as that doesn't happen again, the fracture's not going to get any worse, and the ligament's not going to tear any worse. So you got to start working it out so it'll get stronger. I was like, fuck, that's crazy. We thought all summer she would just be in a boot, not be able to swim. But no, they're like, yeah, she can do all that stuff.
That's actually good to start getting the movement, because it makes a lot of the swelling and stuff go away.
Everybody around that situation felt terrible, though. And I made them feel terrible. I was like, yeah, it's father's intuition. I saw the ankle and I was like, let's get you taken care of, baby girl. Because fathers know. They really do know. Moms just sit there and just like, we'll get it checked out tomorrow. Make you go through all this pain.
Opposite in my relationship. Mom's the one that's like, go to the doctor, go to the doctor, go to the doctor. I'm like, yeah, that's probably.
Well, I'm not usually like a go to the doctor type. If I'm always like, my son was just like, I don't know, I got this weird pain right there. I was like, that's the body, bud. It just does that. And he was like, are you not concerned? I was like, nope. I was like, if it gets worse, if you double over in pain, because that's what I had to tell him too. Like, the body you'll have random aches from eating food to you throwing a ball too much.
Well, especially growing from, 5 to 15. Like, there's all kinds of growing pains that
all
happen.
sorts of them. And I was telling him about that. He was like, well, when do you get worried? I was like, if it lasts more than 2 weeks, or if it hurts so bad I can't breathe. That's the only things that worry me. So,
Or you pee blood.
piss and blood, yes. Piss and blood, I was immediately like, I gotta get this checked out. That's not normal.
All right, so am I the asshole for telling my mom if she actually cared, she would have taken me to the doctor when I lost the ability to feel/move my toes? I, 16 female, recently fell down a flight of stairs and onto concrete. When I hit, I smashed my left foot into the concrete to catch myself. When I did, I heard and felt a crack. I ended up bawling because of how much pain I was in. I almost instantly lost the feeling and ability to move my toes, and my foot started swelling immediately. It has been 2 days since this injury happened, and I have minimal to little ability to move my toes, plus an ashy gray discoloration in my foot. It is still very swollen and bruised. Yes, you should have went to the doctor. When you felt the crack is when, this is no longer just a...
Like Drake said, like a sprained ankle, boy. Ain't nothing to mess with.
Today, my mom got into a fight because I begged her to make me a doctor's appointment because the way my foot looks is not normal. She told me I was causing drama and trying to get her to pay a, quote, shit ton of money in medical bills for a bruised bone, unquote. I told her that there was something seriously wrong due to the fact I can't move my toes much, and even when I try, it is very painful. That would be being able to feel your toes there, girl, though. Like,
right.
You can't say, I can't feel my toes, and then you move them, and then they hurt. That's
which one is it? You're already contradicting yourself. Just go to your fucking room. I don't want to be a parent.
She told me I was fine. I just went to my room to cry because of how bad it hurts. Thank you for reading. Sorry if this was a waste of time. Have a good day/night. So
my child told me that they were in so much pain that they wanted to go to the hospital, I'm just like, yeah, if you feel like it's because of the discoloration and it's that painful, we'll go get it checked out.
Well, and the big thing is, too, with this is, like, they have to be in America because it's a shit ton of money in medical bills for a bruised bone. Like, that should be the thing is, like, if you have to go to the doctor to get something checked out, like, it shouldn't be a shit ton in medical bills. That should be fairly, like...
That's a whole can of worms, brother. They're
but
gonna
that's
be like,
the thing
you
is
sound
like
a liberal right now.
But that's
boy.
the thing is like, why do the parents have to sit there and determine whether like, oh, it's worth taking them to the hospital because it might be detrimental, or like, oh no, you can just walk it out. Like the money should not be a thought process, but unfortunately, it is for most people because when you go, even if you have insurance, you have to fucking pay a shit ton of money before you hit that deductible. So you're automatically out for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars just to go check to see if this is a broken bone or anything like that. And that should not be a thought in a parent's mind. For me, it's not. I don't give a fuck. I'll go fucking broke to make sure my kids are okay. But that should not be a statement. That's a shitty mom, period, for saying that statement. Should not be the kid's concern that it's going to cost a bunch of money. But that should not be a thought. Shouldn't have to be a thought.
That should just be basic human rights right there, is that if you feel like you're hurt, you should be able to go get medical attention for free. That's it.
Yeah. And even if it wasn't free, at like a reasonable price, like there's no reason that to go for them to give it a little scan and make sure, that shouldn't be $1,000 trip. That's insane.
Listen, bud, we're sorry that your baby died of cancer and you had to watch your child waste away. We need $250,000.
Actually, it's $500,000, but we're going to give you a cash discount if you can pay today.
If you can pay it today in cash right now, and if you don't, we're going to fucking sue you. We're going to go after you for
take your house, take your retirement, take all of it.
You're crazy for not. You owe us this much money for failing to save your baby.
Fucking brokey.
Right? Yeah. Fucking poor ass motherfucker. Also, guys, if you refer a friend to a podcast and you are somehow able to prove that in the comments, maybe they say, "Hey, I came because of this person sent me." Then you get 2 entries into the random. We're going to pick a name out of a hat or something like that. I don't fucking know.
They still have to say Mike's love handles.
Yeah. And if they don't, then you get nothing. Just like in America, you get nothing but debt.
We're going to send you a bill.
Yeah, you don't get your child back, and we're going to put you in just financial turmoil for the rest of your life. So better pay up. Guys, we love you so much. We'll see you next time.
Later.